So what we're looking at here is, I'm going to include the regulations which are part of it, but I'm much more interested in the fact that you remember the principles behind it, if that's okay. So don't worry about the fact that you haven't remembered that it's Section 2 of the Local Government Finance Act, or Section 6, or later we'll also be having a look at Section 9 and etc. It's more the principles that you need to kind of set some triggers for. Now, you'll always have access to your book when you're doing work. So as a result of that, if there's something which you can't quite remember in detail, refer back to your book. There's no problems with that, even when you're working. So even when you're doing your day-to-days and you're settled in for 3-4 months, and all of a sudden, oh no, I remember there's, being a particular bit about this issue. Let me look it up first before, attempting to challenge it. Just give yourself some experience that way. And as a result, you'll find it much easier to try and do the work. If you're attempting to remember everything in your head from day one, you'll tend to find that it adds a bit of confusion, and make it easy for yourself. That's all I'm trying to say, really. So Section 2 of the Local Government Finance Act, this is all about the fact that council tax is charged daily. Now, council tax, whenever you move into a property, you pay for that property on the day you move in. Now, if you move out of that property, because you're moving in potentially into a new property that day, and you're paying for council tax at that new property on that day, we don't charge you for both on the day that you move. So we actually end your old account, your liability, as it were, on your old property on the day before. So you start paying on the day you move in, you stop paying on the day before you move out. So that'd be your last day of charge. Now, because it's a daily basis, it means that we can calculate anyone's council tax bill daily, and therefore we can precisely give them the correct bill. Now, the way that people pay council tax is generally through instalments. So often there's a misconception that although council tax is charged from the 1st of April to the 31st of March, because they may only have 10 instalments, that you don't pay any council tax for February and March. That isn't true. Council tax, you're allowed 2 reminders. So if you miss an instalment, that means that you have to make a month to catch up. That's February. And because you're allowed a second one, that's March. You're not allowed a third one. That goes through to final notice, which then potentially leads to a summons. So we kind of use the February and March ones as your catch-up months, as it were. Now, because they are charged over the entire year, often if someone's offered a direct debit, we'll still give them 12 months to pay. But there will be any instances at all, and all we're trying to look at with council tax is charge them from the day they move in, stop charging them on the day before they move out, and then whatever that amount is, give them as many instalments as we can in order to allow them to pay it. So the dates that you pay actually have no relation to the dates that you're charged within council tax. It is just a convenience thing, and you'll find that some people do get their own ideas about that and want to challenge you on it, unfortunately. Now, this next section, Section 6, is by far the most important thing to remember when you work in billing, and that's the hierarchy of legal interest.